Hey, welcome back into today's video. We're going to be talking about the Chris Chan situation, which has developed into something that I don't think anybody thought was going to be. It turns out that the person who leaked the phone call where Chris admitted to illegal activity where he RAPED'd his mother and was subsequently arrested after that, well, the person that orchestrated this phone call, well, it turns out that it might be the leader of a cult and a very, very bad person. This person's name is Isabella Janke, and the depth and detail surrounding this situation is upon another level. I've never seen anything like it. Big TW on this one. Some of the stuff we're going to be talking about, although I will be censoring a good bit because I don't want YouTube to suppress this video in the algorithm. Some of the stuff, I've never seen anything like it. Anything that a person can do that is bad, this Isabella person has done it. I'm gonna go deep into the details of this situation because I feel like it's something that we need to talk about. And take a deep breath and buckle your seatbelts. About a week ago, I covered the situation with Chris Chan. Chris Chan is the creator of a webcomic called Sonic, which is a cross between Sonic the Hedgehog and Pikachu. This is what a Sonic looks like. Chris is recently involved in a situation where he's been arrested because he RAPED'd his mother, who is 80 years old and has dementia. People found out about this through a leaked phone call. It's later been revealed that this phone call was created and curated by an individual named Isabella Janke. This is Isabella Loretta Janke, aka Bella. Now, part of the reason that people looked into this call was that people had the suspicion that someone was manipulating Chris Chan into this very, very bad situation with his mother. Now, a lot of information has been revealed in a Kiwi Farms leak, and we're going to be going over a lot of that in this video. Somebody else I want to talk about is there's an individual named Fiona. This is another autistic person that this Isabella person was attempting to get in a relationship with Chris Chan, who is also autistic. And Isabella pushed this person to the point where they ended up having to go to the hospital due to online harassment. Yes, this person was said to be manipulating two autistic people for their own enjoyment. It goes on to say that there's no direct evidence that Isabella was behind any of this at this point, and Chris and Barb's relationship had an incestuous undertones for years. Bella's responses on the tape are nonetheless highly disturbing, as she seems to be enjoying herself a little bit too much. This is addressed additionally below. Even if Chris was entirely manipulated into this situation, it does not absolve him from hurting his mother. There's a narrative being pushed that Kiwi Farms is going after Bella to defend Chris. This is not the case. While originally we were exclusively interested in the phone call, a pattern of extremely disturbing behavior by Bella has emerged, and exploitive behavior towards Chris that we were not even aware of has emerged as well. So before we go forward, I have to say that this stuff is alleged. It says Isabella was involved in attempting to cause Christian Weston Chandler, Chris Chan, an autistic trans woman and webcomic artist who has been a victim of internet harassment for over a decade, to end his own life, to extort money from him, and much more. It goes on to say that she set and planned the recording with her and Chris, where within that the context was they were talking about the incestuous relationship between him and his 80-year-old elderly mother. Her words and voice in the tapes have an altogether inappropriate quality and seem almost to encourage Chris's behavior, and she showed no signs of shock, nor even a change in intonation when hearing the news, which is highly suggestive of her having known about Chris's actions beforehand. One thing I do know is that within these calls, she became aware of an RAPE, to which she did not go to the police about and actually allowed to continue to keep happening. She additionally is on record discouraging another individual who would go on to make the first leak of the tapes not to report the matter to law enforcement. This person that she persuaded not to go to the police with this information's name is Fiona, another autistic young lady who she mentally coerced, mentally jerked around, for her own bidding to do whatever she wanted. Apparently, Bella's plan was to wait until after a con called BrawnyCon, where she planned to covertly videotape Chris and a young autistic woman having a relationship. Now, the young autistic woman that she encouraged to meet up with Chris at BrawnyCon, she was exposed to online harassment and had to be hospitalized on an inpatient psychiatric service. Additionally, she made efforts to maintain exclusive control over Chris for her own sick psychological reasons, but also for her monetary benefit. She convinced Chris to send her money and claims to have hacked his bank accounts. This is saying that the plan may have been to empty Chris's bank accounts, which was set aside for his mother's care, after which there was a plan to incite Chris to end his own life. It says at one point she obtained a fake ID, which curiously was of another girl under the age of 21, which is explained later when she states the purpose of the ID is to evade government regulations of some kind. It seems that she may have been involved in unclear dark web shenanigans. Details are still emerging. She also used the ID in an attempt to convince us she was not in fact Isabella Loretta Janke. Nice try, Bella, but no. She has also apparently forged COVID-19 vaccination cards for her friends. There's a large amount of leaks from this. It says that some of these people that are leaking this stuff are actually from the Texas Tech campus that go to school with her. Students that have cataloged disturbing Discord chats. It says each Texas Tech student has spoken to me has privately shown me their student ID. This is not an operation from some random internet friend, nor is it one Texas Tech student setting her up. Here's Isabella admitting to hacking his bank account and stealing his money, saying that they got free trips and got him to join a cult. This pretty much speaks for itself. One person saying, I thought the plan was to get him to end his life. And in another one here, she says he's fine with being called Chris again. So you have this woman who is alleged to be manipulating Chris to the point where she's orchestrating RAPE, facilitating it, making it a continuous agenda to where they can use it for their own end, which seems to be entertainment. And at one point, it looks like they're manipulating somebody's gender identity. Bragging about getting an internet celebrity to do their work. At one point bragging about the reasons that she's actually doing this. Bragging about being the world's best internet troll, and at another point bragging saying he's going to jail for 10 years, referring to Chris. Then saying, and Barb, Chris's mother, going to jail for 5 years, she's in the hospital. So you can see the sheer sociopathic behavior, the lack of empathy and uncaring as they're manipulating these real people and their real lives. So the next thing I'm going to show you is it's almost play-by-play while she's having that. Remember the leaked phone call that came out about Chris Chan? Well, this is play-by-play, her feelings and talking about what she's doing while she's pulling the strings for this call. Keep this private. I'm the only person he's told. He's in a inappropriate relationship with his mother. We talked for like 4 hours, and this person here's like, that's based. Which, if you didn't know, based means to show support for or deserving of support. And clearly this is not deserving of support. These people are twisted, demented, and very sick individuals. At one point saying, are you going to leak it to the documentary guy eventually? I'll leak it everywhere eventually. I'm sending it to Fiona right now. They're actually making jokes about him RAPing his mother. Here's more context of things that she actually said in the leaked call. So you can see that this person is this person, like it's complete verification. Oh God. I'm just reading some very bad stuff about him trying to hook this autistic girl up with Chris, who is also autistic. So in a sense that these people are, wow, these are bad people. Here's Isabella orchestrating a relationship between Fiona and Chris. Again, talking about them meeting up at BronyCon.
And you two have a great relationship, but wouldn't you want somebody who's younger, right? And to keep up more with your energy? Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, but obviously if I can find some...
There's Fiona. Fiona's very interested in you. Fiona's very interested in you. She's a super girl. Yeah.
I know, but I have foreseen, I have looked into the future, and I know she's going to find her better long-term sweetheart
Fiona?
on campus.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because Fiona talks to me saying how great you are and how much she loves you, right? Maybe because the future can change, right? With fate.
It's a possibility, but it's
Why
not
don't you
likely.
try for her? Because I'm sure because Fiona consents to having an open relationship, right? I'm sure you're fine with both of them now, But over time, right, Fiona really, really, really adores you, and she's a wonderful girl. I text her a lot. We chat. She has never said a single negative thing about you. She adores you, like, but she'll be more open to doing stuff like, having spa days, getting pizza, going out together, and she's newer. She's probably newer in the bedroom, but she's willing to do it. She's willing to have fun with you.
Yes, I agree, and I appreciate all that. Yeah, I'm making the short time count as best as I can with her.
Oh, I understand.
Foreseen and known about the future. Plus, I don't want to take her away from the colleges she chose to go to, which I'm sure is still in Washington State, right there.
How far away do you live from Washington State? Because I almost was going to go to Washington State.
Washington State is state of Washington. It's on the West Coast, and Virginia's on the East Coast.
Right. Yeah, that's not too far. Yeah, it's not too far. And plus, she's young. She has a lot of time to, travel, visit you, whatever. And I mean, you've done long distance before, haven't you?
Yeah, long distance relationships, but
yeah, they suck. I know they suck, but what's important is that you make a relationship with her now, and that way it'll stay like forever, and she'll come back to you. I'm sure she would.
Yes, it is a possibility, but I am more open. I'm thinking more on the higher likelihood outcomes for this timeline.
Funny.
Yeah.
Here's her admitting to something that is absolutely not legal. Says, you can't post this yet, I'll dox you and post your credit card info online and ID. So here's her saying and admitting that she's planning on posting all of this, but she needs more evidence from different angles. So she's going to post it online. She's not going to report this illegal activity to the law enforcement. She's just orchestrating it so she can be an internet troll. This is later verified in a actual phone call. Somebody did an interview with this person. So I want you to pay attention to this interview. Despite reading the Discord chats, which predate the leaked phone calls, where in these Discord chats, Isabella is explaining her plans, what she intends to do. As you heard when she was talking to Chris about Fiona, she was pretty much going forward with those plans as to get them to have inappropriate relations so she could video it. She says in this interview that, and she's trying to deny, and she's saying, no, this wasn't what I was doing. But you can tell by her voice that she is lying.
I'm planning to put him in jail. I'm trying to get as much possible information from him.
Okay.
I don't understand what's hard to believe about that. I don't understand.
I'm not saying it's hard to believe.
You are saying that's hard to believe.
I'm just saying that specifically the part where you encourage him to have a lot of fun before the convention is just...
Yeah, I'm trying to get him to talk. What do you mean? Do you think that's actual genuine? That's me genuinely saying, I really hope you do this?
With the kind of people...
That tells you that I'm interested in incest? For sake, dude.
With the kind of people who have associated with Chris in the past, anything is possible. And you should know this.
What?
With the kind of people who have associated with Chris in the past, you should know that this is at least possible.
That people might take people might take other people's intentions incorrectly. I know, people, but if you're going to not you specifically, but I'm just saying, if anyone online is, going to have a transcript, just expect some things to, be, misconstrued.
Never heard anybody say, maybe that's what somebody said. Don't care.
Know.
Never heard anybody who said, wow, she's interested in it. The point is I'm not. So what does it matter? What does it matter?
I know you're not. I'm just talking about, based on, what you and Gungan are talking about. I'm just a bystander.
I know, I understand that, but I'm wondering, why is that the only question you're asking? What he's asking, I mean. Why is it the only question that you're asking continuously? I told you, I'm not interested in incest. Because I said that, he started talking more. I wanted to figure out if he's going to do it more, if he's going to continuously do it. I'm reflecting what he's telling me. I'm repeating it back to him, so you're going to do it more before the convention. I'm reflecting what he's trying to tell me. And plus, what you said verbatim isn't even what I said. I'm trying to reflect on what he's telling me so I could get more information. I don't know, it's just a way to communicate with him, to get him to open up more, to show them understanding. understanding. Regardless, I was never going to do that, and I was trying to put this guy, from the get-go when he said that, I was trying to think of a way to start leaking it in a way that I wouldn't get caught, in a way that he would get arrested and Barb would go in the hospital, like right now.
Mm-hmm.
But you're saying that I was encouraging him to continue this? Clearly, what I'm telling Chris
it
isn't
sounds
what
like
I'm
it.
actually,
Obvious and
what do you mean? So what I'm telling Chris has nothing to do with what I'm actually interested. It's like he's clearly into me, and I'm trying to get this guy to confess. Like, I'm trying to get him to tell me as much as possible what he's doing with his mom. Do you think that somehow because I'm trying to get him to carry on the conversation and tell me more about what he's doing to his mom means that I'm interested in it? I don't understand.
Well, other people have also pointed out that it seems like you're a little bit.
I've checked a lot on the internet. I checked like a lot of people and what they're trying to talk about me, and I never heard anyone says, wow, she clearly must like be really into this.
I'm going to show you a few more chats from the Discord logs where it's completely counters everything that she says in this interview. At one point, she even expresses interest in Fiona and that she's going to steal Fiona away from Chris. That doesn't sound... Not to mention the part where she's upset that Fiona leaked the call and then didn't edit her voice out and used her name Bella. Here's her talking about Fiona saying, I don't know, she's autistic and a B word, but I sent for her. I hacked her too, but people think I go to MIT because... And she's bragging about, again, illegal activity. And then strangely, here she is saying that Fiona has a crush on Chris and is down to F him. But I'm going to steal her, I swear. So she's manipulating relationships of real people for her own kicks and giggles, her own enjoyment. So this is talking about Fiona actually leaked the call, and she ended up because of online harassment, she ended up in a mental institution. Chris sent some stuff above I'm not going to show, but this is them acknowledging that this is RAPE, and this pretty much speaks for itself right here. Even when she orchestrated the leak, she tried to shift all blame to Fiona, and this did lead to her being hospitalized. I mean, guys, there is absolutely so much. I'm not going to be able to go over all of this. Probably every bad thing that could possibly ever exist has been done by this person. They do show sociopathic behavior, 100%. On Reddit, in a post where it says, sociopaths of Reddit, are you happier than your peers and why or why not? Where she says, I really like being this way, actually. I feel like I'm always indestructible. Why do you hate it? There's also multiple pieces of evidence that shows that she does not like anybody that's a person of color. I'm just going to let you guys read this one here. I'm not going to read this out loud for obvious reasons. She's pretended to be multiple people online. She disguises her identity. She creates sock puppet accounts for multiple different situations. It says that Isabella may have been involved on the Texas Tech campus in an alleged event where another trans-identified student ended their life. This person has a track record of just terrible behavior. This is on another level. She does all kinds of illegal drugs. I mean, you think of it. She's done it. Any possible bad thing that there is, there's evidence of her doing this. Now, like again, I do have to say this stuff is alleged. But this is some of the worst stuff that I've ever heard. And though that these actions do not absolve Chris Chan of what he has done and what he is in jail currently for, it does. What we have here is somebody else that is literally one of the worst people I've ever seen that has been exposed here on the internet. So, everybody be careful of people like this. So as interesting as this, there's always something that's more interesting to me. That's right, you guessed it. I want to know what you think. So why don't you go ahead and leave your creative and interesting responses in the comment box below. Thumbs up those likes. As always, brothers and sisters, I will see you in the next video. I was just like, during the recording of this, I'm like, I'll edit these parts out, but I could not believe the things that I was seeing. There was also, she hurts animals too. She hurts animals. So that's there's so much. It's just like too much for my brain. But I want to know what you guys think about this. Big shouts outs to the Patreons. Really appreciate it. If you guys want to help support what I do here on this channel, then and get your name at the end of the videos, that will be in the pinned comment. And I appreciate everybody that's donated to the fundraiser for RAIN to help survivors in difficult situations. We're almost at $11,000. Really appreciate it. We did make it past the 10,000 goal not too long ago, so that's really awesome. That's some Rep Squad Best Squad stuff. And another way to show that you're repping if you're open your gang and how you do that, I'm going to subscribe and notification turn on. Be in the comment section after every single video because I'm going to be there. Greg the Cat's going to be there. And the rest of the Rep Squad community as well. And I expect to see you there too because this channel loves you. Woo! That was a lot. Please go to jail.